Do you know that you deserve to have an orgasm? I know that there are a lot of people who are saying this right now. What is orgasm? I'm not kidding. There are a lot of people watching me here now who don't know what orgasm is. Especially women. Did you know that? Many women don't think they need to have an orgasm. They think it's an ugly thing. That it's a sin. That they can't talk about it with anyone. That they can't talk about it with their husband, with their boyfriend. That they're ashamed to talk about it with their doctor. We need to understand that orgasm makes life lighter. And because I believe in it, today I've brought you this video. That this channel, you know that I don't go around talking about subjects that everyone is afraid of. Not because it's ugly. Do you want them to talk about me? I don't care. I'm talking to you, to help you. And today I've brought you a plant that will help you to improve your libido. To feel like having sex, making love, whatever you want to call it. This plant will help you regain that sexual appetite. If you say, but I've never had it, then it could be a deeper issue, even psychological, even traumatic, or things acquired in childhood. You have to delve deeper, but the most common thing is sexual appetite in both men and women, and it disappears over time. Oh, and orgasms. Orgasms. Before I talk about the plant, I need to talk a bit about orgasm. We're going to talk about the medical issue. I want to remind you of the scientific issue, the importance of orgasm. It's my obligation as a doctor to inform you. Every time you reach orgasm, your body releases DHEA, which is a hormone known to work miracles in the body. People who have an orgasm get sick less. People may not know what an orgasm is. There is such a thing as an orgasm. Having an orgasm is the same as coming. After all, this channel of ours isn't just for scientists, it's for scientists, researchers, scholars, but also for the general public. Orgasm also helps improve cognition, intelligence, reasoning, and your skin becomes healthier. You look younger. The endorphins linked to this act, to orgasm, are neurotransmitters. It's the hormones, so to speak, the substances that make us happier. And then you start to become a more humorous, happier person. So if you're a person who has an active sex life, you're certainly a person who is likely to be happier. But an active sex life needs to be responsible. It's not about having sex with everyone without prevention. No, you're not going to catch an STI, a sexually transmitted infection. So we talk about orgasm. And libido. Libido is a feminine noun with Latin origins. And it's used to describe the impulse, the desire. According to psychology, libido drives the vital instincts, and contrary to what many people think, libido is not only linked to sexuality, it can also be directed towards other desires, for an object, for a person, for a career, for one's own body, for an intellectual activity. Libido is here recording it for you, but in psychoanalysis, Freud always appears when he talks about libido and sex.
And libido is a psychic energy that results almost entirely. The sexual instinct shapes and governs the actions and choices humans make throughout their lives.
In other words, according to Freud, the human being's libido commands everything. The lack of libido. In other words, if the libido is linked to day-to-day movement, to desire, to arousal, what do you think happens to a person with a low libido? Low libido, this person will certainly have more difficulties on a daily basis. And several reasons can decrease libido. For example, low self-esteem, of course. You don't think you are admirable. You are always wondering if I am pleasing, inadequate diet, testosterone deficiency use of some medications, mainly psychiatric drugs for depression, stress, anxiety, depression. Look, a person with a worried head, especially a woman, she can't relax to enjoy it. You know the term. So stress, anxiety, depression, worrying about how a married woman with a boy, a son. The woman is often worried. The man isn't. He's often fine. He'll go. But the woman is a special being. She doesn't think only of herself. Of course, there are unnatural mothers who don't care about their children and fathers who are more careful. But as a rule, it's more or less like this. Financial problems. Libido drops. Being flat owing. Worrying. How are you going to have libido? It's difficult. Love problems, you suffering for love. You can't always have sexual desire. Hypothyroidism, use of some contraceptives, I think practically all of them. Unregulated menstrual cycle, use of TV in the couple's bedroom. Yeah. There are people here who say that if the wife takes the television out of the bedroom, the husband will cling to it. He won't stay in the bedroom. He'll sleep next to the television. The use of a child in the bedroom. If you're married and your child is sleeping next to you, that drops your libido. There's nothing more disgusting than leaving a child sleeping in the bedroom. There isn't. His room is his room. Your room is a love nest. Smoking. In other words, your little cigarette will drop your libido, excessive alcohol consumption. You can even say, oh, but I get stimulated with a little, but in excess. There are several other factors such as how to improve the libido of someone who almost doesn't have it anymore. Then yes, I brought you a plant that will improve your libido. It will improve your sexual appetite, your appetite for life. But I need to say one thing quickly. There's no point in medicine, vitamins, minerals, plants, if you don't do anything to improve your life. And look, a decent woman tell you, a real decent woman doesn't even like money. No, women want to be treated well. I've already done this test here at home several times and I've already made the observation. When I give my wife a nice present and when I treat her better, I've already seen the thermometer. There's no point in spending money. There's no point with my wife, for example. I've learned, you're a man who's here. Learn too, so give her a cuddle, take her hair, send her a message in the middle of the day. Compliments, she dyed her hair, you didn't compliment her. Then a gardener comes along, compliments her. Oops. A driver comes along, compliments her. Oh well, the muscular, strong personal trainer complimenting your wife. It doesn't work. So there's no point in putting the responsibility on Dr. Diana's shoulders. You have to do your part. That said, let's go to the plant. Its name is Artemisia, that's right. But Artemisia is a plant that is considered common, that lives in many places. You may even have heard of it. But I didn't know about its medicinal powers. And the name of Artemisia, which improves libido, couldn't be any different. Artemisia vulgaris. You'll never forget it. Regardless of the names, the fact is that this plant offers several health benefits, and if consumed correctly, it can improve your sex drive. Dayan, will it happen overnight? Of course not. But by combining the tea with these relationship tips I've given you here now, your sex life will probably take a turn for the better. But remember, it has to be Artemisia vulgaris, okay? Because there are different types of Artemisia. You have to know which is the correct species. So let's move on to the benefits of Artemisia. You already know that it improves sex life. But what other benefits? First of all, analgesic action. This analgesic action is already well known, and it is effective against headaches. Look, it already improves libido for 2 parts. You will no longer complain about headaches to your husband. And it will improve libido, but it will improve menstrual pain. Another thing that puts many women off sex is pelvic pain, colic, intestinal colic, and rheumatic pain. So if you don't even want to improve libido, but you've got arthritic knees, arthritis, Artemisia improves it. And the second benefit is that it stimulates digestion. So it's all about eating something, right? It has properties that act on the digestive system, so it's great for those people who have eaten and haven't been able to digest it. Thirdly, it's a vermifuge, which means it kills parasites, worms. This is a subject that nobody likes to talk about. It's disgusting, right? But mainly children suffer a lot from worms, adults too. But adults don't treat them. But Artemisia will help with worm infestations. The fourth benefit is its tonic and stimulating properties. Because it strengthens blood circulation. It strengthens the work of the liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas. In other words, it improves the abdominal organs. The fifth benefit, it helps treat malaria. Multiple cases have been reported of individuals affected by malaria finding relief through the use of Artemisia, as it helps restore their body's equilibrium. While there have been studies conducted on the potential of Artemisia as a treatment for malaria, their findings remain inconclusive at this time. But Dayan, how am I going to use Artemisia? In the form of tea, and how am I going to make the tea? You're going to put 2 tablespoons of Artemisia leaves in a liter of boiling water. Let it stand for 10 minutes, strain it, and drink 2 to 3 cups a day. After learning how to add excitement to your evenings, consider sharing this video with your friends, specifically those experiencing menopause. It's important to spread the knowledge and support each other in this stage of life. If you have already had the opportunity to benefit from Artemisia in your life, we encourage you to kindly share your personal experience down below in the comments section. Embrace a lifestyle that prioritizes health and live life with God in your heart. Take care, everyone.